All right, so the absolute laziest way to make 1K per day with your Shopify dropshipping stores. Now, to get these results right here, I didn't have to run any type of Facebook ads. So we're not talking about Facebook. I didn't have to run any type of Instagram ads, and I didn't have to run any type of TikTok ads. Now, more importantly, I didn't have to do any type of product testing. So we're not going to be talking about product tests. I didn't have to draft up statics or video ads on a daily basis. So we're not talking about winning creatives. And most importantly, I didn't have to spend hours inside of the ad account all day like a slave. So in this video, we're going to be talking about two simple things. We're going to be talking about Shopify, and we're going to be talking about Google Ads. So you need a Shopify store for your e-commerce website. It's the best out there. And we want to run Google Ads because it's the simplest and laziest way to make a lot of money dropshipping without feeling like a slave. All right, guys, so I'm inside of my ad account, and as you can see, this is not a screenshot, right? Anybody can post a screenshot, but not a lot of dropshippers are going to show you guys inside of their actual ad accounts. All right, so now let me explain why Google Ads absolutely mocks Facebook ads. All right, so on Meta or Facebook, let's just say this is your Shopify store, this is the customer or prospect. Essentially, what you're doing with this marketing method is you're chasing after the customer. The customer's on social media to interact with content and photos. They don't want to be persuaded, convinced, and buy a boring, crappy product from China, right? Versus on Google, it's the complete opposite. The customer's actually coming and chasing after you. They already know the products we sell, they want the products that we sell, and they're ready to buy with a credit card out. All right, so now I'm on WordStream. It's a tool that lets us see the search volume for a keyword query or product. I typed in veneers, have it filtered out by the USA. If we take a look at the report, we can see that 201,000 people are searching for veneers every single month. That is absolutely crazy. So that's why you guys want to be running Google ads instead of Facebook, because people are actually searching for the products that you could be selling, right? If I come over here to Google and I type in veneers verbatim, you can see all these product ads that show up at the top of the page. So these are called Google Shopping ads. These are the type of ads that we want to be running for our drop shipping business. All it consists of is just the image, title, price point, and the brand name. There's no static ads, there's no video ads, no type of creatives whatsoever, right? So you're literally just selling your product as the literal ad, right? So I see a store on here selling it called Cowson. So let's just take a look at their website. So these guys are selling veneers exactly. They're selling it for $30, right? And their website doesn't really even look that good, right? Look at this product page. Like, it absolutely does not look good. So these guys aren't really doing anything special. But if we come over here to the traffic reports, these guys are doing 112,000 monthly visits, which is absolutely crazy, selling veneers, right? So if I go over to AliExpress to see how much they're sourcing it for, I can see they're getting this product for 247, right? So this product only costs 247 on AliExpress. But if we come over here, guys are selling it for $69, $58, right? You selling it for 30, other guys selling it for 31. So they're insanely marking up the cost of this product, right? And they're making a lot of money because people are typing it in, right? So these guys are absolutely crushing it. You can tell by the traffic that they're getting. If they're getting $1 per visitor, you guys are making around 100K every single month. Even if I come over here and I type in dentures, there are people drop shipping dentures, guys. And believe it or not, dentures are available on AliExpress to sell. So look, $100, $71, $600, $33, 141. If I come over here, I can see others selling it for $71. If I come over here to the AliExpress listing for dentures, we can see that this thing is only $395. So people are insanely marking up the cost of the product, guys. And it's working because people are actually searching up the product. All right, so the absolute best niches for Google Ads drop shipping. We have health and wellness. We have fashion, which is a really big one. We have beauty. We have outdoor lighting. We have pets, and we have baby. Now we also have general, which is the combination of all these niches right here. So now that I gave you guys the best niches for Google Ads drop shipping, let me give you a couple stores in these niches that you can copy from and make a lot of money. If you plan on running wellness, a good site to copy from is Athora. So we check out the traffic stats on SimilarWeb. We see these guys are doing about 750,000 monthly visits, which is absolutely insane. Just a couple of months in April, they were only doing 100K. So that means these guys are scaling up immensely fast. If we scroll down to the bottom, we can see that most of their traffic is coming from Google. So they're indeed a Google Ads dropshipping store. Now, if we take a look at Qual Inspector, we can see they're utilizing the Dawn theme, that they have 143 products on the website. So we know what kind of theme they're using. We know they have 143 products on their site. Now let's check out their website. All right. So Athora pretty much is sell orthopedic shoes for men and women. All these products that they have, you can find on AliExpress, CJ Dropshipping, stuff like that, right? So there's really nothing special about what these guys are doing. You can easily replicate everything that they have going on with inside of their business, right? So once you find a winning store like this, you just want to come over to sites like Pokey or a site like Kopi. And pretty much what these websites allow you to do is you just give them the URL of the store, and they're going to import all their products in one click. They're going to change up the titles, they're going to change up the descriptions, everything like that to make it unique. So it's your own store, right? And that's what you want to do once you find a winning store, guys. You don't have to draft all these products up yourself. You can literally just copy everything they're doing and make a lot of money. All right, so you're planning on running a general store. A good site to copy from is called Bowlift. So if we take a look at the traffic stats, we see these guys are doing about 600,000 monthly visits, which is a heap ton of traffic. We scroll down to traffic sources, we can see most of the traffic is coming from Google. So indeed, the Google Ads dropshipping store. Take a look at Qual Inspector. We can see they're using a custom theme. They have over 25,000 products on their store, which is absolutely crazy. And these guys aren't even located in the United States, and they're crushing it, right? So if we take a look at their website, we see this website is pretty simplistic, not too much going on, right? It's very short. Here's the footer and here's the top of the page, right? So very simple store. And if we take a look at collection slash all, we can see all of their products. So 25,000 like we saw in Qual Inspector. But if we take a look at the products, all these products you can find on AliExpress, you get drop shippings and drop, right? There's really nothing special about what these guys are doing. And thing is, these products are not even confined to one niche. These guys are selling all different types of products from all different types of niches. They have over 900 pages of different products, right? So all these guys did was just upload a bunch of products on AliExpress. They probably used Pokey or Kobe to do so, right? But that's literally all that we want to do. We want to use Pokey or copy all these guys' products because these guys did all the heavy lifting, right? They have 25,000 products on their store. So all we have to do is just copy them, right? Pokey and Kobe is going to be able to change up the titles, descriptions, so that we mog them and even enhance the images so it's unique as well, right? So that's what you want to do when you guys find a winning store. All right, so Thor is doing approximately 750K visits every single month with their e-commerce store. So we're going to come in here and calculate the yearly by multiplying by 12. That comes out to 9 million visits per year with their e-commerce store. Let's say their AOV is $60. If these guys are averaging what I average on my stores, which is a 3 to 5% CVR, but for the sake of this argument, let's be conservative and say these guys are getting a 2% conversion rate. That still comes out to $11 million per year with their e-commerce business. So one way to find winning products is just going to Amazon and type in the niche. All right. So I see this product right here. It's the best seller. It's a pet probiotic for dogs. These guys are selling 100K units every single month at a $30 price point, which means this product is doing $3 million every single month. And that indicates that it's a winning product. So all I have to do is come on AliExpress and find a product that's similar, right? So this is a pet probiotic. It's a turkey tail mushroom powder flavor, and it's only $1.20, right? If I come on Google Shopping, I can see a bunch of advertisers selling similar products, and they're marking it up way more than the product actually costs, right? So I can literally mark this thing up 15x, even 20x, and still sell these things like hotcakes because these guys are selling 100K units every single month of a similar product. All right, so here's a Google Ads dropshipping store called Lumicore that's selling the exact same product we found on Amazon. If we come to SimilarWeb, we can see these guys are consistently doing 65K monthly visits, which is absolutely outstanding. If we look at the product page, these guys are selling these products for $40. They get it for like $1.50, so crazy markup. But the product page looks pretty nice, in my opinion. These guys know what they're doing as far as conversion optimization to get the prospect or customer to want to trust them and buy from their store, right? So really solid product page. And we come over here, these guys are running MRR. So you can make money on Google through just traditional drop shipping, but you also can have a subscribe option where you can make money through MRR, right? So one product on this store. So a lot of people think you need hundreds of products to make money with Google, but Lumicore is a perfect example that you can make a lot of money with Google with just one product. All right, so people always ask me what's the best way to scale Google Ads. So once you have a product that's a winner that's consistently getting sales, all you have to do is pretty much duplicate the listing 4 different times, right? You're going to change up the images, the titles, and the descriptions. And this way, you're going to be able to show up in the auction 4 out of the 6 times and completely knock everybody else out the competition, leaving you with more room to collect more sales because more people have the opportunity to see your ad versus the competitors. All right, so this whole process is called surface area scaling. So, quick funny story: if you were to type in the name of my product on Google, I show up for most of the slots within the auction slide. Same thing with a company like that here; they show up here, 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 and here. Meanwhile, this company only has one listing in this slide. This company only has one listing in this slide. So these guys have 4 listings inside of the slide. So who do you think the customer is going to shop with? All right, so here's a website called That Hair. I found them by coming on Google and typing in hair extensions. And yes, hair extensions is indeed a winning product. So congratulations, I just gave you guys another winning product. But if you look at these images, they're all high quality images showcasing a product. And something they do special with the SEO optimized title is if you buy one, get one free at the beginning of the title, followed by their SEO optimized title that's stuff with keywords, right? So that buy one, get one free is going to help their click through rate because people are going to see that and they're going to want to buy because they're promoting their offer within their title, right? So we come over here to Google and check out their similar web traffic stats. We see these guys are doing about 160K visits back in May, and they're doing mostly on Google Ads, right? If we come over here to Quality Inspector, we can see these guys are using the impact theme, right? They have 67 products and they're in the United States. So when you see 67 products here, that means SKUs as well, right? So these guys are really just a one product store and they just have multiple SKUs, different colors for different type of hair sets, right? So we take a look at the product page, right? This is a decent converting product page. I would say they convert around 3 to 4%, right? It's giving shrine vibes indeed, but it still looks pretty nice to me. All right, so all I did was just copy this image right here. I went over to CJ Dropshipping, did an image search, and bam, this is the product that they're selling exactly, right? So these guys are sourcing this product for only $3, but if we come over to their website, they're selling it for $59. So these guys are making 56% profit margins selling hair from China, guys. That's why you need to be on Google Ads because you can make a lot of money, a lot of profit margins, but on Facebook, these profit margins are unheard of. All right, so remember I said Google is just the image, title, and the price point. So we want to focus on three simple things. The first thing we want to focus on is our CTR or click-through rate. So CTR is pretty much just how many times we saw your ad versus how many times they actually clicked on it. And then the second thing we want to focus on is our SEO optimized title. All right, so SEO optimized title is the title that you see in blue here. We want to stuff our SEO optimized title with as many relevant keywords to our product as possible. And the third thing we want to focus on is our price, right? So I see a lot of guys ending in dot 25 or dot zero, another dot zero. You really want to end in dot 99 or you want to end in dot 95, right? These are the ways that you want to end your pricing, right? You don't want to end your pricing in dot zero or dot 25. Right, so now let me show you guys how easy it is to destroy the competition on Google. So I went over to Manus. I told it to create me a product image for the self tanner, and it came up with this lovely product image right here. Then I headed over to Claude, and I got a keyword-rich SEO optimized title written for me. So we come back here, you can see my listing right here and compare it to the Google Shopping feed. So my image completely mogs these images. They're using white backgrounds. So I use a nice pastel tan background. I have a model utilizing the product that looks like the prospect and it looks aesthetically pleasing, right? And then we come over here to my title. My title absolutely mogs these guys. These guys are not utilizing keyword richness in their SEO optimized titles at all. So no matter what a customer types in, I'm going to show up ahead of these guys. And then price, I'm not the highest, I'm not the lowest, and I end in dot 99. All right, so now I'm going to explain the connection between Shopify, Google Ads, and Google Merchant Center. All right, so let's just say this is your Shopify store right here. This is your Google Merchant Center account, so I'm just going to put GM for Google Merchant Center. And then this is your ad account, so I'm going to put A for ad account. All right, so the thing is Shopify cannot directly sync products over to Google Ads. It cannot do that. The only way products can be synced to Google Ads is via Google Merchant Center. So we need a Google Merchant Center account to sync our products to Google Ads. Now, I know you're wondering, how do I get my products from Shopify to Google Merchant Center? Well, we're going to utilize an app in Shopify called Synprosis in order to sync our products from Shopify over to Google Merchant Center. And once the products are approved in Google Merchant Center, they can then pass those products along to our Google ad account, right? So you want to think of GMC or Google Merchant Center as the bridge between Shopify and Google Ads. All right, so now let's talk about how to get your GMC approved and how to be GMC compliant. So you need the following policies inside of your footer. You need the shipping policy, you need a return policy, you need a terms of service, privacy policy, you need a billing policy, and you need a cancellation policy. So these are all the policies right here that Google are looking for you to have inside of your footer. Now, the next things that you need are the following: a business phone number, business address, and a business email. So to get a business phone number, you just want to go to a website called QO, formerly known as Open Phone, and these guys will be able to give you a business phone number for a cheap price. Now, for a business address, I recommend going over to Viabox. So Viabox is going to be able to give you an address that you can use for your business with inside of Google Ads, no matter where you are in the world. All right. And then lastly, you need a business email. So for your business email, you want to go Zoho. You can also do I think Google has their own business emails as well. So yeah, I recommend Zoho for getting your business email. Now, the last thing that you want to have is this app installed called Wally. All right, so Wally is pretty much like a third-party review app, to where you can have third-party reviews hosted on your website. And I like Wally because you're able to remove the negative ones as well as approve the positive ones. So you're gonna make sure you go Wally for the app inside of Shopify. But as long as you have all your policies and you have your business phone number, your business address, your business email, and everything is actually right, then you should be good to go, and your products should be approved, so you can start making some money. All right, so now I know I'll be getting the question, what do I do if my GMC gets approved, But let's just say later down the road, it ends up getting disapproved or suspended. What do I do? That's the big question at hand. So now let me explain what to do if your GMC gets suspended. All right, so one of the best ways to fix a suspended GMC is just going to GMC Fix. So it's pretty much a tool. Put in your URL, you run audit, and it's going to tell you everything that's wrong with the GMC, what caused the suspension, right? They're going to scan it, diagnose everything, and they also have reinstatement support. Now, it's only $99 for most drop shippers because you're not going to have over 100 pages on your store. But yeah, it's fairly cheap, and it's one of the easiest ways to see what's actually going wrong with your GMC so that you can get back up on Google Ads. All right, so this is optional, but another way to get Google to trust you, just go to auctions.godaddy.com, and pretty much you're able to buy an age domain, right? So all I did was filter out price by the cheapest ones, right? And you can see the age of the domains right here. So some of these domains are 26 years old, 13 years old, 8 years old, right? 9, 10, 12. And you got a bunch of different names. Like there's literally thousands of different domain names on here, right? So you can just buy a domain name that's been around for a long time and get Google to trust you that way. All right, so once all your products are approved inside of GMC, you want to set up what's called a PMAX campaign, also known as Performance Max. Now, the type of Performance Max campaign you want to set up is a feed-only PMAX, which pretty much means we're only showing on the shopping placement. Now, we want to set a bid strategy that is called max conversion value, and we want to start the campaign out with the $50 day budget. This is just enough money to give Google to optimize during the 14-day learning period. All right, so I always get questions about how to scale Google Ads. So you go from like 50 to 100, 100 to 150, 150 to 250, et cetera, et cetera. Just pretty much increasing the budget. Now, if you need a full A to Z guide on how to set up PMAX, how to scale Google Ads from 0 to 100K, the full A to Z guide on Google Dropshipping, I have a link in the description to my course. It's only $37 right now, but the price will be increasing soon. So make sure you act fast, and I'll see you guys inside.
You got me reaching.